I'm an auditor.
So I am an auditor.
I'm an auditor.
I'm an auditor.
I think audit offers much more than most people think. It gives you the opportunity to look into many companies, have direct client contact from the beginning, learn a lot, much more than just audit, but in general about corporate finance. And then also next to the technical competencies, you learn here at Deloitte networking and much more also the soft skills.
I remember back in the days when I was at university, I did ask many professors what career I should start in order to really become an expert in finance and finance-related topics. And we looked at different jobs where I could work, and most professors actually recommended to start in audit, because even if you don't stay in audit, you would still have a lot of knowledge that you can use even later on.
As a new joiner, you can grow in audit because you get responsibilities from the beginning on, so you are directly involved in client projects some weeks after you started with your trainee or your just your new joiner position at Deloitte. And I think this helps a lot to just grow, because with the responsibilities you get, you learn a lot just by doing and not only by learning theory.
One of the biggest values that I personally would mention is the possibility to do the CPA, the Swiss CPA, which means Certified Public Accountant. What I also find very valuable is that when I'm with my team, I always am connecting with smart people who always are able to give me an answer to my questions, and this is very valuable for me.
I think the most important to keep in mind is that even as an assistant, when you just start in this job, is that you contribute to a world where trust is being built. I mean, we're auditing these financial statements and we're making sure that the society can trust these numbers, and we contribute to a functioning financial market, even as an assistant, up until partner. So everyone is part of that process.
I think this job matters and will always play a very important role in the business world, because on the one side we are building trust, which is much more than the paper that the clients receive, but we also create insights in this business world that get much more complex.
I would very much encourage them to start their audit career, because it's a profound knowledge that you can gain out of this job. Also, you are seen as an expert from all the businesses around your country, and you are able to help businesses grow, and you are taken very seriously and you are very respected in what you do.
So my advice to students that want to join an audit or aren't sure yet would be to think about their own interests. So if you're interested in financials, if you're interested in working with numbers, then it's definitely a good option to consider to apply to a job in audit at Deloitte. Because from my experience I can say I wasn't sure at the beginning, because I'm from social media marketing, or I worked a lot in this field, and then wanted to see something new. And I always like to work with numbers and with financial statements and so on. And then just applied, and looking back to the time I had at Deloitte, I learned really a lot about accounting, about processes, and it will help me also a lot for my personal future or my professional future to apply this knowledge that I got in this 4 to 5 months that I'm at Deloitte now.
I know from outsiders who are either still studying or those who have a job but not in audit, very often they think it's just looking at some numbers, reconciling, and that it's not that interesting, that it's boring. But I think what they forget compared to university is that in university you're just solving some problems for the exam. While in audit we're looking at numbers which have a story behind. This number could be a provision, but what is that provision? Maybe it is a legal case, and that legal case is very interesting. What's happening there? Maybe some damages happened and you have to figure out why did that damage happen. And then it might be related to some products and you have to understand that product. So it has a lot of stories behind these numbers. It's not as dry as people would imagine it to be.